Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again, Paleo Problem Long Island, and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, should you introduce allergens to your infants? I'm the caveman! And the answer is, probably, yeah. Now, I know what you're thinking, what? You're telling me that I should be feeding my kid peanuts and wheat and soy and all those things that you always tell people to avoid? And the answer is, yeah, it is possible. Now, let's be very clear on this, that they are not healthy options. However, in our current environment, it's very likely that they are going to be exposed to them at some point incidentally. Whether it be in cookies that a classmate brought to school, which I don't think happens anymore, but you get where I'm going with this, or you're out to eat at a restaurant, the fact of the matter is, they may come across exposure to it. Now, this question came about due to an article published in the Huffington Post yesterday. I'll put a link to it in the description. And it was based on a study found in the New England Journal of Medicine by Dutoy et al. Back in 2015. And in that study, what they found was that introducing peanuts early, meaning 4 to 11 months, actually reduced the incidence of peanut allergy up to 5 years. So they followed the kids for 5 years, and there was actually a significant decrease in peanut allergies in those who regularly consumed a set amount. And as much as I still would argue that peanuts have very little redeeming value, the fact of the matter is that that data is hard to argue. And if you could absolutely 100% ensure that your child would never have any incidental exposure, then yeah, I'd probably say avoid it. Do not feed it to your kid. But rather than having to deal with the potential for increased risk for anaphylactic shock, you're probably better off with small, microdosed introductions of those allergens. All of this, though, comes with a caveat. There is still an elephant in the room. The one thing that both the Huffington Post and the data it was originally based on did not take into consideration is, wait for it, the status of your gut. That guy right there. Your microbiome plays an incredible role in your immune regulation. As such, if you take the steps to ensure the proper development of your child's microbiota, the bacteria and yeast and all the other stuff that are in there, then they're going to have a much better chance at avoiding immune dysregulation and allergic responses. And they'll have a better chance at tolerating those allergens. Concurrent with those incidental exposures, a major issue we run into in Western society is the fact that we bombard children with medications, including antibiotics, which crush that bacteria. In the process, their immune system goes haywire. So if we can actually foster a properly developed immune system by way of their gut bacteria, they are likely to be less sensitive and more able to tolerate those allergens. So bringing that back to the original point, if you are focusing on their gut, then yes, they probably will be able to tolerate those microdoses. And those microdoses may actually contribute to decreased risk of an allergic response. So, do both. Include small doses of those allergens, but also focus on their gut. Now, if you do decide to provide your kids with those allergens, what you're still going to want to do is make sure they are properly prepared and the least processed possible. So if you're going to be giving them peanuts, make your own peanut butter from actual whole organic peanuts. If you're going to be giving them wheat, make sure it's soaked, sprouted, fermented. Same thing with soy and the other grains. Make sure those foods are properly prepared, please. So, your biggest takeaway is about whether you should introduce allergens to your infants? Yeah, you actually probably should. However, again, that comes with a caveat that you should be focusing on their gut first and foremost. By doing so, you're going to set them up for the best chance to not have a dysregulated immune system. You shouldn't be crushing them with antibiotics and other prescription medications at all times. I know it's hard, the kids got a sniffle, you want to make sure that they're okay, but just try your best. One last addendum on that matter, if you have a highly at-risk child, someone who has explicit allergies to other foods already that have been diagnosed, and or allergic conditions, eczema, asthma, etc., what you're going to want to do is make sure that that challenge, that allergen challenge, occurs under medical supervision. You don't want to have to be the one reaching for that EpiPen on the first chance when you don't know whether or not they're allergic to it or not. So just make sure you're doing it under medical supervision, please. particularly in the case of someone who is at severe risk. Alright? But if you want some more information on breastfeeding and other child-related issues, take a look at these videos over here. But either way, hope this helped you out, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island, and of course, over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Maybe give your kids some peanuts. Not too much. I'll see you tomorrow. Or environment. But the fact of the matter is, it's still Taco Bell. Period.